Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin primarily, but let's go through the list over here. This has been a pretty good trade right here. Bitcoin Cash, guys, all the way from $300 on the short side. On the short side, Bitcoin Cash, and it is going to continue to go down. Continue to go down. Somebody asked me about that on Twitter. This is not a long-term hold, in my opinion, guys. That's a coin that'll go sideways with massive bounces in between. Now, it's going to break all-time highs someday. Maybe someday. It might get up to, I don't know what the all-time highs were, thousands, something like that, guys. Possibly one day. WorldCoin, been watching a lot about that on the media. WorldCoin, I mentioned something about that. I saw that on the list. I didn't know what I was looking at. Thought it was some sort of CBDC in disguise. Sounds like it even might be, man. Taking their retina, man. Try to put it on the blockchain. So I don't know about that coin, guys. I don't know about that coin, man. So all I could say about that is if you're in it and you make gains, run for the hills after you make your gains. So let's see here. This is what their retail is. Take a look at what retail is looking at here on my coin, Bitcoin, Unibot. That Unibot coin, man's been ripping. Tether, Maverick protocol. So nothing exciting. It doesn't look like Kyber Network. Kyber Network. I wonder why they're looking at Kyber. Pancake Swap. Pancake Swap. I'll show you guys what you want to look for on Pancake. Well, you want Pancake to drag up the RSI, and then that thing's gonna roll over hard. I think, guys, pretty bad. So let's see here. I'm gonna go over this real quick with you guys too. Let me cut off. Okay, I want to go to the NDQ or the NASDAQ mini futures market. There it is. Bounced. Looks like right near the 21 period moving average is going to have a feeble run all the way out till November. I'm kind of expecting once Bitcoin's done, it's going to have a run too. So targets, I'll go over shorter term targets too, guys, just in case. If the NASDAQ's having a feeble run, maybe Bitcoin will too. Okay. So the NASDAQ will be bullish all the way into November at least, guys. Here's the Bitcoin, guys, checking a look at this and taking a look at this area on the stochastic RSI. Okay. It's a weekly chart. And there's that target up there, 36,000 right there. So you can see on the stochastics with this move right here, right? Here's its trend on the stochastics. Let me move that up actually right here. You see the trend? Made that move, had a correction and made that move, and then dragged it all the way back down here again, okay? Just like that. I'm expecting that more than likely you're going to have another trend. So maybe something in this area, whatever it does, and there's going to be another trend like that, guys. And maybe something even down a little bit, maybe even like that is what I would expect, something like that for Bitcoin. So you have a trend like that, or this could shoot up and then come back down. However, I'm just putting it together for you just to give you guys an example, kind of what I'm expecting with Bitcoin, guys, here with that stochastics. Now, if you go to the monthly, guys, on the stochastics, you can see here on the monthly. Now, it can get up here on the monthly and stay up here for a while. That can happen. But with the monthly stochastics getting way up here into this area, okay, that's definitely a room, an area to be concerned with. So that kind of goes with my thesis that Bitcoin is probably in a topping pattern a little bit. And you can see, you take a look at the monthly candles on Bitcoin, right? So it came down and it ripped out of there, right? On that monthly candle, a little bit of a correction. It ripped out of there on that monthly candle. A little bit of a correction, ripping on that monthly candle. Okay. And now we're in another one, and it's probably going to be doing, another up on a monthly, a little bit of a correction, up on a monthly. So you can see how just on the monthly candles alone, it's kind of going into a topping pattern in that monthly candle formation, guys. Okay. So which goes back to my thesis of on the weekly chart with Bitcoin, it's coming into a topping pattern. So you can see aggressive, and then it's kind of looks like it's going to slow up according to the algos, the predictive algos right there, guys. Okay. So that's the long-term time frame. Definitely once Bitcoin gets into those areas, it's time to be cautious. Now, the area too, depending on how aggressive you want to get in here, I told you some targets. I'll go over those briefly real quick. Is definitely right up here to the 32K, guys, I would think. So you can have an entry at 28.3, maybe a little bit lower, and a 12% run is definitely going to be a hit right in this area. I'm also going to be targeting 32 to like 34K also too, and then maybe a peak to the 36, 35, 36 area, guys. Okay. I would expect a candle. Don't know if that candle is going to be that long. I think it's going to be, yeah, right from 28, it's about 36 if it's the same length of candle, guys. So there's a shot. There's definitely a shot for 36, I think, guys. There's a shot. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely a shot. And it'll probably be, you know, wicks like that up there. To hit that right there. 36,255 on the weekly is what the algos have predicted. That's the low. That's the low target, guys. That's a low target. Now, the other thing is too, you have to realize is it might take some time to get up there too. Might not be a straight shot. It could grind its way up there. So you want to be careful of that too. And don't let that freak you out. There's be some corrections in there on a grind and go sideways. Now here it is. It touched the 28.9. I'm still expecting the 28.3 is definitely a target. So at 28.5, I'm definitely going to pay attention. I think that this is a good probability. It's maybe in some sort of corrective move of correcting this leg right here on that candle, and it's going to correct it. It could swing back down, guys. Okay, so if you look at the NDQs on the daily, it looks like it might swing back up too. It's kind of going to go together. See how it's going to go up? It might hit the 9 and then start coming back down first week of August. And over here could be the same thing with Bitcoin. Over here could be the same thing with Bitcoin, guys. Now, don't be surprised too if it gets back up to like maybe even 29.5 or 29.7 and gets people bullish again. They'll get bullish right here. Oh yeah, look at it. It's getting ready to get out of there. And it could, but I'm still expecting a turnaround down to the 28.2-ish, 28.3 on Bitcoin. Okay. And then at a minimum hit, okay, let's say you got a good entry in at 28.2, right? At a minimum hit will be right there, 10%, okay? 10% right there, guys. From there to there. This should be, even on leverage, this trade should not be that bad, okay? Maybe down here will be a little bit stressful. You know, your account goes down a little bit and you're like, oh my gosh, it's down here now. You know, what happened? You know, boom, boom, boom. That's why you have depending on your trade and how you do it, whether you're using a stop or whether you're going to be entering in more into your bag for upside, you know, adding to it as it goes down, etc. You know, like some people probably already entered in right here at 28.9. Okay. You got a little bit. If it goes down, they're going to add a little bit more. Gets down here, 27.5. The 27 is on the table, guys. That 27 area is definitely on the table. If you take a look on a retrace, once again, here on Bitcoin, I'm going to retrace that whole leg. And I'm going to take it off of, okay, it's on regular. And you take a look at that 50. Yeah, so that 50% is at 28,298. And 618 is 27,518. Okay, 0.55 is a target too. 0.55. 55% of the leg is 27,959. 27,959, guys. So 27,959, right? That's a entry in there. I would say hit up to there. Boom. You know, that's 11, 12, 13% right there, guys. That's a seriously good run on Bitcoin. Okay. Well, on a trade, I should say. On a trade, that's a pretty good run on a trade, guys. So, you know, on 10x leverage. Pretty good, guys. So, now if this busts past this 27.5, okay, and it gets over here to the 200 period moving average, okay, like this, and it's way down here, and it starts having candle bodies below there, guys, in this area, and it goes down to like 786, things like that, I would definitely start to be concerned with this right here. I don't think it's topped out here for Bitcoin, guys. I think Bitcoin still has a run at least to 36K and maybe 38 and as high as 40. Those are daily targets. The weekly targets are a little bit higher. Let's see here, what's weekly? Weekly is there at 36, 40, and 43K. 43K on that one, guys. So, all right. So I just think that the probability of Bitcoin going up is much higher than it is to start going down, just because, you know, it's going to have support from the traditional financial markets still kind of cruising up. Same thing with the S&P 500 on the daily. S&P 500 cruising on up all the way in November, peaking out. S&P 500 is actually topping out better than the NASDAQ, guys. So everything looks pretty good. So far, so good. I think it's just going to be a little bit more. Let's see, today's the 25th. Get back down, get in this area. And then I would say the next 3 or 4 days, maybe up to a week, you know, it could be back swinging back around. You have to take a look at this too, like on let me go to a 4-hour chart and say, if this was the second wave, you know, here's the second wave, right? That took 3 days. So you could probably expect, you know, 1, 2, let me see, 3 days. So 3 days in here is all the way out to the 27th of July. You could probably expect 3 days in there of sideways, maybe even come up a little bit higher. Actually, on the 4-hour chart, there's little fib targets up there to 29.5, 29.7, and you can see it get back up there and then swing back around like that, guys. Okay. But just looking at it, it's bearish. The short time frames are bearish on Bitcoin. So here's an 8-hour chart. You can see went back up to test the 40, and it's still below the 9, the 21, and the 40. Okay, so it's still bearish on the 8-hour. It's bearish on the daily. Okay, so the 4-day, the long-term charts are bullish. The 4-day chart and up. 4-day, 5-day, even the 3 days bullish. Excuse me, bullish. The 3-day, the 4-day on up to the weekly are bullish, but the shorter term time frame, the daily and on below is all bearish. Okay, you see that because it's correcting this leg, which is to be expected. Right here, this leg, it's very reasonable to expect once you have a massive leg go up like that, guys, to expect it to come down and tag it usually at least 50%. It could be 382, 50%, 0.55, 618. So somewhere in this area. It's reasonable to expect that. I don't know. I mean, everybody starts panicking. This thing goes up and they see it come down. They start panicking and stuff like that. Isn't it reasonable to expect go up? Correct. Like over here, guys, right? And the same thing. Go up, correct. Go up, correct. Go up, correct. Okay. It's long time frame still bullish. Okay, guys. So not a big deal. Not a big deal. I would just, you know, just be a little bit more patient and get ready for this run over here on Bitcoin, guys. So now I'll go into the altcoins a little bit, give you my take on the altcoins. Been lurking on YouTube and some places, and some of these guys are getting a little bit too bullish on the altcoins, in my opinion. The liquidity is just not there in the altcoins, guys. I've kind of beat that dead horse. You can check the stats and the numbers yourself. Basically, also too, crypto for the most part is a ghost town. Well, I don't want to say a ghost town, but it's pretty much like not too many people are around. And if you go to the big YouTube channels, they're not gaining subscribers or losing subscribers. And people are just, you know, it looks like it's kind of active, but it's really not. It's the activity in crypto, generally speaking, when it comes to the chains, when it comes to YouTube is kind of just slowly dwindling away, which goes to my thesis when I was studying the charts. I go, let me look into this, is that what's kind of happening. Let me use an example of a chart. Let me use Quant, as a matter of fact, guys. Quant. Okay, Quant's a good example. Let me go to Quant. So now this does not mean it's the end of Quant. I'm not saying that, okay? So what I'm saying is that I'm showing you how this activity is going on with these assets, okay? So here's Quant on a daily chart, right? So back here in June, this thing did a massive run all the way up here, this massive run from 40, 50 bucks all the way up to 200 bucks, right? And it just ripped. Okay, so then it came back down to correction, and then it did this correction here, and now came back down, and then it looked like it's going to go sideways. So that's a reflection of what's going on in the cryptocurrency market. Okay, so there was some excitement back in June, all the way, was it June 22, going into October, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is great. You had Ethereum going up, blasted up, Binance coin blasted up, Matic blasted up. There's all kinds of coins over in that area that blasted up really, really good. Then it came down, did a correction, went in this correction, and then you're kind of waiting for this thing to finish up its correction, right? And then start on its new trend, and it doesn't appear that it's going to be doing that. So what's my point? My point is with the people exiting, okay, so here they are, maybe entered into Quant, and it went back up, and then it's back down, and it's back over here, and now you can see from, let's say, October of 22 to June of 23, which is quite a long time in the cryptocurrency space, they have not made any gains, and it's still just sitting here, and most of the people are just getting tired of it, going, hey, I'm not talking about you guys that are following my channel. You guys, maybe you're DCAing into Quant, expecting getting ready for the next run. That could be you, right? Which, if you have the patience, I do expect Quant to go over $1,000 at some point in the next bull run, which would be massive, over a 10x, right? Just might have to wait some period of time. But your regular people, it's kind of like the silent majority effect is kind of like what I would call it. I got to come up with a different name, but you have those folks that are in the markets that you don't ever hear, they don't ever say anything, and they're just like, I'm tired of this, I'm out of here, I'm going to go somewhere else. That's what's going on. That's where and so the liquidity is just slowly just going away over a period of time in the altcoin market. So the other altcoins will have a bounce, they will roll over and probably do it again, and then that will get the next round of folks that maybe still have a little bit of hope in the altcoins. Hey, Bitcoin, this guy says Bitcoin could go to 36, 40K, maybe 43K. I'm going to expect a whole bunch of altcoins to pump that I'm in right now. And then maybe they pump a little bit and then they roll back over, maybe even break the low from where they were before. And they're like, well, and then they start thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing here? Right. Especially when you go over, look at the TradFi markets and you sit there and you see NASDAQ going up, Facebook going up, all those other ones going up, and they're going over there. So it's just leaving the crypto space, and your average everyday, like silent majority participants in the cryptocurrency space are just getting tired of it, and they're just going. They're just leaving, guys. And the charts tell you that. The liquidity is leaving. They're taking their stable coins, selling them for dollars, and they're going somewhere else. Or they're going into Bitcoin, or they're going into Tether, okay, for the time being. So that's kind of the synopsis, the analysis that I'm seeing with a lot of the altcoins. And it all makes sense, too, that this could be happening at this point, especially with the cryptocurrency market, the altcoin in particular, because what's Bitcoin doing? What's the NASDAQ doing? S&P doing? They're kind of just starting to, not to get the NASDAQ in particular and the S&P over here, they're not going to be going up as aggressively. It could be the same thing, whereas same thing here with Bitcoin. Let me go to a 4-day chart. The same thing with Bitcoin. It's slowly just, making its move. Like I showed you on the monthly candles. The monthly candles are kind of giving you a little bit of a clue that's coming up possibly to an end of a trend in this area. Remains to be seen. I could be wrong. Maybe the algos are wrong. I'm going to trust the algos before I'm going to trust any person, man. Way more algos. So that could be happening. And then you're going to have a flood into Bitcoin and escape from the altcoins, guys. Just show you an example. Here's another example. Here's Near Protocol, right? Is near protocol a good buy? Technically, to the chart, you could definitely say this is a wave one and it's a wave two. But the deal is, can it go lower? It's still bearish on this weekly chart. Look at where it is. It's hanging out at the 9. And look at, they're all in order for more downside. Just like that, guys. It cannot get above. Let me go to a daily chart on near protocol. Let me remove all this stuff real quick. I'll show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's near protocol. Went up, test 200, test 200. It's going to make another feeble run to maybe the 200 right here, and it's going to roll back over. And so let's see, December. So like if you take a look at this, right, when Bitcoin went bullish in November of 22 on near protocol, you know, here's November 22, rolled back over. It went up a little bit to 279. People, oh yeah, look, and now it's kind of just rolling back over. So if they entered it over here and they're over here, you know, this is December 22 to June 23. This is 6-7 months later. Boom, can come back up, and now it's going to roll back over even more. And so now you get somebody entered in over here thinking it's bullish, right? Okay. December 22, and you're back over here. Could be even maybe a year later, and they're underwater if they just stayed with it, right? If they didn't trade it. So most you need the people in crypto that are going to be long-term holders to want to stay in this. But at some point, they're going to break and exit, and this could cascade down even more, guys, and start hitting numbers like 79 cents and maybe even come down and test 52 cents. And that very well could happen with near protocol, guys. It's not ready. Near protocol is not ready to go bullish. It's not, guys. And you look at the stats on near protocol on the chain, they suck compared to some other chains like Solana. It's terrible. Look at stablecoin activity. It's terrible. Everything's like down, 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 down. Chart, and the chart says it down, 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 until the market finally is going to wash everybody out. These altcoins are just going to wash everybody out to the last person that has that hope, and that has to be squashed. Boom. And then it goes bullish. That's how it's going to go in the altcoin market, guys. Unfortunately, I don't want it to be like that. I thought maybe it could rip out of there just because I was bullish. I was bullish on Bitcoin and on the traditional financial market, or Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because, you know, I was very confident that this was a bottom on the S&P 500 and it was going to do this rip. And the same thing with the NASDAQ, right? So, you know, in the beginning, I made the mistake. The people are making the mistake right now. I think, in my opinion, your general influencers, if you will, on YouTube and on crypto Twitter are like, that's bullish. The NASDAQ's bullish. Bitcoin seems to be going up. So everything else must be bullish. And there's a trick. There's a trick, guys, going on. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some coins in there that, you know, you can make money on. But I'm talking about, you have to look at it like your average participants are in there. They're going in to buy these coins, buy, and then to make a base for the coins to get out of there. And they're not doing it. They're leaving. You don't want that. If they're leaving, then it won't make a base. So they'll continue to go down until they find that base to be able to start the next bull run for your assets, if that makes sense. Like I explained with near protocol, you know, it's just going to continue to do this until, you know, I mean, there's a target out here all the way to February 24, potentially. This thing could just grind all the way down there. Is it going to do that? I don't know. Algo's projecting that it's going to stay below that 200 MA, which is, that's your real trend line. You know, anybody could put a trend line here. They're all subjective, but this 200 SMA is the real trend line on the asset, and it's above it, bullish. Now it's below it, and it's going to stay below it until it finds that base for that bottom, guys. And then you have the other folks that are going to be coming in. So those that are in it, maybe trying to play with it. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of you might just hold on to it and say, hey, this is bullish. I know it's going back up to $12. It very well could, but you might have to wait another year. That's the issue. It's the time too. It's the time. So if you're, you know, that patient, you know, I mean, like a Warren Buffett type guy, I mean, he can sit around and wait, man. He's got $80 billion in the bank account or whatever he has in his bank account. This guy, you know, he's in no rush. So he has that patience, but not everybody has that runway of funds to be able to make it that far for that long, for like another year or two, and just wait. You know, how long do you wait? You wait 1 year? You wait 2 years? You wait 5 years? You know what I'm saying? At some point, there's got to be a point like, wait a second, what's going on way too long. All right, guys. I don't want to make this into like a negative video, but that's my point. What I'm trying to explain, give you an overall view on the market, how I'm seeing that with the altcoins. Like I said, some of them are going to pump a little bit, but let's not kid ourselves, guys. This is not an altcoin season, and it's not even close to an altcoin season. All right, and then is this going to spur off the altcoin season? You got XRP, you got XLM, even maybe Nakamoto Games over here. It might be able to come down, do a decent correction, and start ripping again. Is another one that's pretty bullish. At least it was bullish. Caspa coin is another one that's bullish. And there's a few other stragglers here and there that are bullish, guys. But for the most part, this is not the altcoin season. Most altcoins are bouncing and rolling over, bouncing and rolling over, bouncing and rolling over, guys. So that's the reality of it. They don't have that strength behind them yet, that base for them to get ready to get out of there. So your best bet right now, is going to be in Bitcoin if you're in cryptocurrency space, because I have confidence that this is at least going to go up to make the gains. Now, if you want to go play with other altcoins and things like that, hey, by all means, man, there's a definitely high reward over there, but certainly super high risk. I think you're going to have much lower risk by shorting some of these assets than you are by going long on them. So the alpha, in my opinion, after Bitcoin's done with its top, the alpha is going to be in the short trades with a lot of these coins, guys, because a lot of them are going to roll over. I got over a few of them. KSM, Bitcoin Cash, I think is one. Maybe Compound looks like it could be another one. Let me see. I think Kitcoin, but you want Kitcoin to kind of do more of a run and get out of there, a bounce a little bit, and just some of those coins, guys, it's not looking too good. They look like they want to go down more than they want to go up. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. And I'm going to focus. So most of my videos are primarily going to be focusing on Bitcoin, guys, because that's what I'm focusing on Bitcoin and just getting myself ready for this move up. And, on any pumps on any coins, man, I told you I've been saying this for 2 or 3 weeks right now. Any pumps, man, you guys need to exit out of those pumps. Okay. I'm just, unless you have some sort of strategy on one of those coins, man, it's a long-term deal and you want to be DCAing into it. I can understand that. Like you want DCA into something strong, maybe a Solana, the Graph, even Ethereum. Ones I could think off the top of my head. There's some other, even XRP and XLM are not too bad. Let's see. As far as the charts are concerned, but those are ones I just think off the top of my head, guys. But I'm not, so I'm gonna stick with Bitcoin for the time being, guys. And then this thing's going into a topping pattern, probably right around October, November, December. It's gonna start slowing up a little bit. Kind of expect the same thing with the traditional financial markets, and then you have to evaluate from there what you want to do with Bitcoin. If you hold a lot of Bitcoin, if you want to sell it or buy back lower, etc. It's a little bit different strategy. That becomes just as stressful because then people get worried, oh, is it going to take off on me? Well, you have clear-cut signs on Bitcoin. You have very clear signs on the weekly, on the longer-term time frame charts, like the weekly, where it will be bearish. Okay, you have clear signs of bearishness on the weekly chart, guys. Okay, that's where you want to be looking at that for the trend reversal, the topping, and then the trend reversal. You want to look at those higher time frame charts. All right, so, and if it does get a top up here, you probably, perhaps it's going to make a run back down to 20K. You can, make your gains, and then it's just as an example, you exit and then, you're picking more back up down here, and then you can double your Bitcoin, and the holders doing like that. And then they're gonna have an argument. You have taxes and things like that. Of course you have taxes, but I'm more of, depends on your style. I'm more of, when it comes to assets like Bitcoin that drop like 40-50%, no problem, into a major correction that's going to last months. This could last months, guys. You got to realize that too. This could be a monthly, like a multi-month correction. Kind of like over here. Let me go back over here, put on logarithmic, take all this off. Okay, just kind of like over here, guys. This went up onto a topping pattern in that area. You see right there, and then it was in a, let's say, August of 19 to March of 20. So you're looking at 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months. And that would to be expected, guys. I mean, like this trend right here, you think about that, right? This trend could go on. This is 217 days, 300 days. And if that algos are correct, this is going to be a 500-day trend. I mean, my gosh, man, this over here could be just as long. Not to say that it will, but it could be. It could be, guys. That's something to consider too when you're going to be up here with a big bag of Bitcoin and then you want to exit. Like, do you want to be underwater? Let's say, possibility, what are the odds, probabilities it could be underwater for, 9 months, 12 months, 18 months, possibly? Just those are things to think about. Okay. So I'm more of a proponent of at least taking some off the table for mental health reasons. Because if you have $100,000 or $200,000 in Bitcoin and you watch it dwindle down to 30, I don't care who you are. That is pretty rough, man, on the mind. All right. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.